Welcome to the Pickle Pulse, and this is a very special edition that has, I think, taken us a couple months to pull together, but we are super excited for it. So I have got here two of the top ladies in the DMV area for pickleball. We are so excited. Monica Lynn is here, and Sarah Hua is here as well, joining us for Ladies' Night, right? I know, this is great. So grab your pickleball cocktail, pickleball mocktail, whatever you want, your jigsaw. Please give us a sponsorship. Grab your drink and cozy up because we are going to talk about the ladies tonight. So we are super excited. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you, guys.
Was Brian kind to you on the way in, I hope? Did he treat you well? You know, the makeup crew, the valet, all that?
Oh, yes.
They were good? Okay, good. I only want positive reviews there. So
5.0.
I love it. Starting strong. Okay. All right. So we are going to talk about the things that, you know, we don't talk about that often. We're going to focus on mixed conversation because I know all the boys at home are so anxious to hear what the two top ladies in the DMV have to say about mixed events in pickleball. So I say we go ahead and get started. What do you think?
All right.
Let's do it. All right. So first and foremost, as we know, Monica and Sarah are, like I said, two of the top players in the DMV area. But before we go into the mixed conversation and talk about our interactions with the boys, if you will, I want to hear how you guys got to this position. So what did you do on and off the court to put yourself in a position to be one of the best?
Well, I came in as a tennis player. I played tennis for 17 years, so that kind of gave me a little jump start with pickleball.
Yeah, you're one of the ones that I'm jealous of.
Yeah, it helps with the drives, and that's about it. But what did I do? I just did a lot of drilling, tried to seek out some better players, got a lot of mentoring, and in terms of off court, I definitely watched a lot of film, which helped with strategies and things like that. Tried to put in some time at the gym for endurance, but that's about it. Just hard work.
I admire you because you've always been really good about preaching not only the on-court stuff, but the off-court stuff as well. I feel like you've been so consistent with that when you've been offering feedback to other people of it's not just on the court. You've got to do the stuff off the court as well.
Yeah, I actually found that I was probably playing too much, and I've definitely had a coach be like, you're not getting in good reps, you're just getting in a lot of reps, and that's not necessarily helping your game. So I took some time away, went to the gym, would still play, chose more specific reps to get, and then just watch I would be on the treadmill running 5 miles and just watching film over and over and over again. And that was probably a really big part of what helped me the most.
Yeah.
So,
Are those the pieces of advice that you would give lower level people when they're coming into the sport?
100%.
Yeah.
I just think being able to see it, being able to recognize patterns and understand court positioning and everything like that, also being able to see what your role is supposed to be is super, super helpful.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So take your notes and listen to Sarah because she's the best. She's dabbling in pro events as well. What's your next pro event coming up?
PPA North Carolina.
All right, so we're all cheering for you. We've talked about some of Sarah's results in earlier podcasts, so definitely keep looking out for her. So, all right, putting the question over to Monica.
My background's a little different. I never played a racket sport growing up, and then I'm a pretty competitive person, and I love sports.
You're kidding.
And I came across pickleball because I worked at a Y. And I was like, oh, this is fun. And then I played a little bit in college with one of my friends. We definitely didn't play by the rules, didn't know how to play. But it was, fun. And then, so I was a 3-0 when I started, no tennis background, nothing. But I think, what helped me the most was, just the love of the game. I love the game, and I always was excited and looking forward to drilling, to practicing, to driving over an hour to go anywhere. I think my attitude just helped me get really far. And, I was addicted to the feeling of wanting to get better. I was there's so much, to unlock in this sport. And, growing up, I don't know if I loved going to practice as a kid, but, for pickleball, I was, I loved, again, in my adulthood, having practice to look forward to and, ways to improve and then, see results in a tournament. And I think, just that drive helped me. And then, just having fun every day,
I could see that.
Yeah.
And speaking to Monica's competitiveness, you want her in all your March Madness brackets. You want her in all your fantasy football leagues because she is absolutely competitive in other areas aside from pickleball. So I completely agree with that. And then I think one of the things you touched on was just the enjoyment that you got out of pickleball. Like, it's so obvious watching you play that you're having a good time. Mm-hmm. Like, and I think that you're right. Like, the more you enjoy something, the more that you're going to want to keep doing it. And it's just evident that it brings you such joy. There's a smile on your face all the time, even when it's a tough game. Like, you're just like, we got this. It's cool. Let's go. So I really admire that about you.
Thank you.
What piece of advice would you give people who are just starting out to help raise their level?
Yeah, I think, like, obviously drilling, like, I think, like, find the things that you really like. Like, I honestly really like drilling, but, like, I think I do it in, like, a fun way that, like, works for me. Like, I know some people just want to, hit every single shot 100 times, and if you love that, do that. Like, I did a lot of, like, mini games with people and, like, super competitive, but mini games, and we're really working on a specific shot. So, like, with intention. So definitely drill. I do think playing with a mix of different people helps a lot, because there's not a right way to play pickleball. Yeah. So if you, like, see a bunch of different people, you can kind of take a little part of each of their game and then, like, make your game. And I think, like, just having secret weapons, deception helps in pickleball a lot.
I like that. Well, I personally have tried to steal stuff from your guys' game.
I've stolen stuff from you, Christie.
And I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm going to keep trying to emulate what you two do, because it's just really cool.
Kind of to piggyback off her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, tennis sucks, because I did love tennis, but I just love pickleball way more. But
I'll say it for you, tennis sucks.
Okay, that's fine.
Like, get out of here.
But, like, Monica's kind of right with the drilling thing. Like, I actually don't like drilling, but I love drilling with Monica. Like, I ask her, like, every other day, and she's probably just like, dude, I have to work and, like, make a living. Like, I can't just like, play pickleball like you do. But like, when we drill, her competitive side comes out in skinny singles, I will say. Yeah. But we have so much fun with it, and it's definitely, like, I think helped both of our games, like, a lot.
So
but,
who's
like,
winning?
Oh, Monica's winning.
Okay.
No, it's very competitive.
It gets
you
pretty...
She didn't say no.
Yeah, I said no. She said very competitive.
It gets pretty heated. And we have, like, they're like they're like marathon skinny singles matches. They take a while. Like, we finished, like, 2 in, like, 40 minutes or something like that. Yeah, it's, like, crazy. But it's so much fun. And I usually really don't like drilling. But having, like, a good drilling partner that you just enjoy drilling with, I think helps out a lot, too.
Yeah, that's true. Cool. All right, are we ready to get into the mixed doubles talk? Because that's why we're here, right? We're here for Ladies' Night. This was actually the reason this podcast came together, was because it's a brainchild of my husband, Brad, who thought one night we were sitting in bed and he was like, wouldn't it be cool if we did a Ladies' Night on the pod? And so graciously, Brian, our fearless leader, allowed us to do this. But Brad thought it would be really cool to put, some good female heads together and talk pickleball. And I must say hello to Sarah Marr, who can't be here because she was the other one who was going to join in with us in the conversation. We're so sad she couldn't be here tonight. But I was just really excited for this idea. I know that the three of us have spent a night together in a hotel room.
I was going to say, I feel like that's where it came from. And so we had, we played some Would You Rather and stuff, as we do. Yeah. And we won't disclose how all of those conversations went, because ladies have to keep secrets sometimes. But we figured we'd put some stuff out here that we can actually, air out and have some conversations that the rest of the world might want to hear. So here we go. So one of my first questions I wanted to pose to you, what do you think is an underrated skill that a guy should have in mixed doubles? So, like, when we think about it, we know, like, the big thing would be a guy who's aggressive and a guy who takes a lot of court or a significant portion of court. But what do we think is an underrated skill? Let me give this advice to the guys out there.
Oh, I'm ready.
Stop taking the balls that are ours. I think an underrated skill is for a guy to understand and have trust, I would say trust, in his partner that, like, hey, she can handle this ball, like, it's going to help set me up for the next shot. Like, to be able to trust your partner and know that she knows what she's doing, and that's probably why you picked to play with her. I think that's a really underrated skill in guys. Is not having that, like, super egotistical, I need to take every ball. I need to run over and hit a forehand dink that you can perfectly hit yourself, and then, like, not put us both out of position. Like, the ability to just be able to trust your partner, I think, is an underrated skill for a guy.
I like that answer. Well, and it sounds like not only the trust, but like you're saying, like the pickleball IQ to be able to see the whole court, and to know the whole how the point will transpire, I guess, if you will.
Yeah,
I like that one. Okay, what you got, Monica?
I might need your help, like, articulating it a little bit, but I've been thinking about this, and it's like slightly mobility, but also like court coverage, but like, so you come over and you take the dink off my left foot, or I'm faking an Ernie, but I can't get it, so you have to take that dink. A lot of times they'll go back behind the guy on the left, and the ability to like do the lunge in like one step and cover that, like, shout out to Bill. He does it really
I don't know how many guys are doing that besides Bill Caservis.
But like, I think he can cover the court so efficiently that way, and he literally is just taking like a huge lunge, and then uses his legs so well to like put the ball back like in a safe spot. Like, does that, am I articulating it correctly?
Yes.
Like, I wish I had a little clip that I could show the fans. Yeah,
You know?
but I think it's more like in his leg, like his lunge, like is.
Hear that, guys? Be more athletic. Hit the gym.
True.
So kind of what I was saying before.
Athleticism.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so you don't think it's necessarily a reach thing. You think it's more like you're saying athleticism.
Yeah. And even just like quick, like the mobility or like the footwork.
I think it's, but I get what
recovering.
you're saying. It's like, if you're going to come over and take this ball and help your partner, also be aware that, like, if you're playing smart opponents, they're going to go behind you and be ready for that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, pickleball IQ?
Yeah.
Court sense?
Or know your boundaries. Like,
Right.
okay, Bill's super athletic if he can do that, but if you're like maybe shorter, like your lunge
Don't
isn't
do
as
that.
strong, like know like where you're, like how much you can cover.
Yeah. Know your capabilities. Know
Yeah.
your strengths.
Yeah.
Know what you're able to do and
That's a
what
good
makes
one.
sense for the point.
Yeah, but it allows me then to like go for Ernie's, and then that puts more pressure on them not being able to just hit the straight dink for me, and like I feel like I can go for the Ernie, like just sit over there and he can come back.
Which may be an underrated skill for a female. It's like visually the pressure that you put on your opponents when you're going up for the Ernie, even if you're not hitting it, like what you do to your opponents from a visual standpoint, like you're shrinking the space and whatnot because you have the man coming over. Yeah. I'm not saying that well, but you get what I'm saying.
You know what you're saying.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Okay. So switching over to the female side of it, what do you think is an underrated skill that a female should have in mixed doubles?
I think being able to challenge the guy, traditionally in front of you, if you're playing with two righties, I think to be able to challenge the guy and be like, hey, like, I'm not afraid of you, is like an underrated skill for girls.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
I think that's badass too.
Yeah,
by the
right?
way.
Yeah, like Georgia Johns, like instantly
Yeah.
that like she will
Yeah.
mess with anyone.
Yeah.
Like, good luck playing hands against her, but like if you're going against some guys, like obviously
Right.
our odds aren't as good.
Yeah.
Right. But be willing to pull the trigger.
It's ballsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that
yeah.
move. Okay. What do you got?
Like obviously I think making balls is obvious. Like you kind of were going over what like do we expect of a men in mix. Like I think women are expected to like be able to stay in the cross court, like be able to let
dink,
their partner
yeah.
hit the ball
Yeah.
or like get out of the way. I don't know how to say that nicer.
Right.
Or like let their partner shine. And I think like I'm kind of good at that. Like I know the strengths. Like I let my partners like work, but then I'm there like I'm like 9 times 10 you're gonna hit this ball, but in case I'm sitting on my two-hander and I can reset it or I can like be there. Staying locked in even if I'm not touching the ball.
So it's so funny. I think I may have
Yeah,
told you this
you
earlier
did
today.
say that earlier.
This was my thing this is my underrated skill as well. The same thing that you're describing. And the reason that it came to mind is because you showed this off so well in that gold medal match at LFG a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, whatever it was. Your ability to allow your partner to take whatever he wanted to take, but you still stayed ready, which is such an unpredictable role for you, if you will, because you don't know what he's going to take or not take. You've played with him at this point that you know what to expect, but like at the end of the day, he will take a ball that's in one spot, and then if it comes back again, he may not take that same ball. It's not as consistent because he may be out of position or something. Your ability to stay ready and just do, to take whatever ball came your way is so solid. Like it was just really cool to watch, and I think that's a very underrated female skill. So guys, when you're looking for a girl, you want her to do what Monica does and be able to be ready and respond to anything that comes that way. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I definitely see that as like one of my jobs, or like,
Yeah.
but again, it's like being locked in
Yeah.
all the time, or like,
Which is a hard thing to train for
100%.
because that's not something that you drill necessarily. It's just a mindset, I think, that you have to have. Like, like you said, it's a locked in skill. Be locked in.
Yeah, I think in like a lot of my sports growing up, I played defense, so it wasn't necessarily like I was making the play, but I was always like observing where the ball was and where I should be. So it was kind of, and like ready to intercept the ball at any moment.
I like it. We do it very well. It was really cool to watch that skill come to life, like right in front of my eyes, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's locked in. Pretty cool. All right, so taking the conversation we just had and kind of transitioning that into a general question of what do you look for in a mixed partner? What do you want your gentleman suitor's resume to have?
Duper of 6.
Nah, forget Duper.
I absolutely need my partner to play big in the middle.
Okay.
I absolutely need it. Otherwise, it's just like, I almost feel like discouraged if they're not doing that. I also need my partner to have good communication, being able to like kind of give me feedback between points, not getting super down on me just because like I missed a dink here or there.
Yeah.
And kind of honestly just being kind of like fired up and pretty vocal. I had a partner like that, Cam Leering. And like I like fed off his energy. I'm pretty sure he fed off mine. And I know you and Bill are like that too. So it's like, that just like helps so much. It like helps elevate your game almost in a sense. I don't know. So those are things that are really important for me.
Yeah. I like that answer. What about you?
Yeah. I mean, those are important things. Like, I don't think my fourth is the strongest, so I do like when partners, like, can put a lot of pressure on the fourth, and I feel like, especially if it's out of the air, like, they can come over and take that a lot, because if it's in the air, like, the other people aren't at the kitchen normally. But I also, like, I think I care about a lot, like, someone, like, wanting, like, they're not just like, okay, I'll see you at the tournament in 2 months. They're like, oh, let's go out and drill. Hey, let's get these practice reps. Oh, these people want to practice. Like, let's get out there. Like, what do you think of this? And then, like, in all of those things, they're, like, always showing up 100%.
Yeah.
And, like they care. Like, pickleball is a lot of money. I do it to have fun, but I'm also, like, if I'm going to spend my time and my money doing this, like, I want to have fun doing it, and I want to, like, give it my 100%, so I appreciate it when my partners also reciprocate that. Right. And, like, you're just a good vibe. Like, I don't want to go out and spend time with someone who's going to be, like, down. Not saying any of my partners have done that, but, like, that's just something, like, I look for, and then, like, I think I have more fun on the court when other people are having fun, and then I play better.
Yeah.
And kind of going off that, because we know how guys are with being, like, punctual and stuff, I really appreciate a partner that's like, what time do you want me there to warm up before a match? And being there, like, on time and not, like, 10 to 15 minutes before, where I'm, like, looking at that red dot, like, they're not checked in yet. That goes a super long ways for me. Also being like, do you have your water? Are you ready to go? Do you have your towel and everything? Kind of just, like, them being, like, really prepared and stuff, and also looking out for me as their partner. I don't know, that goes a long ways for me too. I agree, because, like, my pre-match anxiety is already up here, so, like, anything we can do to keep it low, like showing up on time and doing those things, invaluable. So building off of that, you probably have a lot of gentlemen who would like to share a court with you. I imagine you get maybe a lot of proposals. How do you handle that? Like, should a guy, I mean, I'm asking two different questions, so maybe I'll start with just one. Should a guy be able to shoot their shot with you? Maybe a younger guy, or a guy who's newer to pickleball, I should say, or somebody that you don't usually play with. Should a guy shoot their shot with you? I 100% think that anyone can ask anyone to play in any type of tournament. But that being said, you also have to be okay with an answer being no. And not pushing it, and not continuing to ask, like, follow-up questions on, like, you sure you don't want to play, or stuff like that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I don't want to play with you. I'm good. So, I think anyone is entitled to be able to ask. But, you know, it's just being respectful of their answer, really. It's pretty important. So
I think that's really well said. Yeah. Anything to add to that one?
No.
I feel like that's a perfect answer.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. Let's see here. So we've got another interesting conversation that was another idea from Brad and Sarah, I think, chatting together.
No,
this was just
this
Brad.
was,
Sorry.
No. This was Brad and Monica. But separately, Brad said it to me separately, and then Monica brought it up to me separately, and I was like...
Someone else brought it up to me a while ago.
Oh, maybe that was why. Okay. And then I was like, are they, like, colluding? Like,
right?
Are they both talking about the same thing to
Love it. So you might be wondering at this point, what are they talking about? And let's see what we've got to say. So we're actually going to bring Brad on and allow Brad and Sarah and Monica to have a little bit of an interesting conversation of just should this happen, should it not, and see where the conversation goes. So we'll be back in a sec.
So we're back. So we cut back in. I'm the pickle, yeah. I love it. All right. Let's get back to business here. All right. No goofing around. All right. So our topic was we're on mixed, and the conversation came up of, well, let's start with, I said, what is more valuable in mixed, the male or the female?
That's a tough question, though.
And I'm curious. What do you guys think? I mean, you're playing high level.
I think it depends at each level.
I think, yeah,
Okay,
I agree.
but in the open division,
I think it's the girl first.
I think it's the guy. Winning gold, it's guy.
Oh,
Winning
okay.
gold,
I'm
it's
sorry,
guy.
but for all the rounds going up until gold.
Like, if the guy, I mean, if the girl cannot dink, like, yeah, but, like, I think the guy can carry a lot more than the girl can carry.
like he's applying the pressure that is essentially going.
Yeah,
to
like a
create
girl like can't really take over in the open division.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with
So I think it'll come down. Like, sure, there's unforced errors and stuff, but it'll come down to the guy being able to take over.
Okay. All right. So
You disagree?
I do disagree.
I disagree too.
I think I could put some of these stronger males, pick Bill,
Yeah.
and I'll go pick any female out that I want and put them in the open division. And I'm willing to bet that you two with the mediocre male, but is still somewhat legit, I bet you guys will win.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so imagine Bill with a lower skilled level girl, and then you with a lower skilled level guy.
Bill can carry pretty far.
But you don't think you can just pick on the girl?
No, not with Bill. Bill can cover so much court.
That's true.
Like,
that's true.
Ben freaking... Okay,
I mean,
I guess
except
the
for...
tournament
I mean,
that
he would have to be hitting lunges and backflips because I would be lobbing
what's lower
everything.
level girl? Like a 4-0 or like
a 4-5.
4-0.
Oh, okay.
4-0.
No,
So-
he's not carrying a 4-0.
But then that's
don't
like
think
a lot lower. Like,
Yeah.
verse.
I mean,
Yeah,
a
but why
4-0
would
can
Bill
what?
consider
If Bill's playing with a 4-0 and I'm playing a 4-0, Bill's winning. Because then Bill will just hit it to the guy.
You agree? Well, I guess, but I mean, are you
Okay,
if
but
you give
are
him
these-
that many opportunities at it? I guess.
Let's go to 4-5. Because in what world are you playing with a 4-0?
I
mean... In what world is Bill
I
playing
mean,
with a 4-0?
the 4-0 shot is shot. You know what I mean?
And did he pay off your mortgage or something too? Why is he playing with you?
Which brings us to the conversation, you know, of like the value of the female, and what I said was, I think you get these checks when you're on the stand. They're not much, but let's just say you're taking away for gold $800, and I said, man, you women are so valuable because there's so few of you. Maybe you should be telling these guys, I want 70% of the winnings if we win. And I said that because I'm like, they got 5 other females to choose from, but with you being the elite, you're kind of in control. And the reason I say, like, I played a tournament, shout out Alex Strong, you're a beast, congrats on PPA. And I remember she played a few tournaments before she just blew up completely too big for me. But we played in the state games. It was like a last minute. I was supposed to play with Catherine Gillis, and she hurt her back. And so I was just like, I shot my shot. And I said, Alex, I need you. And she was like, got you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's...
And we went into the state games and won gold.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, so that was awesome. And then I think there was another tournament that I'm not sure if we won gold, but we played we played was it a Frank mixed?
It was a Frank's mix.
Yeah, her.
Because do you remember what happened during that tournament?
Well, I do
Alex
know
gave
that.
you signals to switch and you didn't do it.
But let's start with this. We ran through the entire bracket together, we cruised to gold medal, undefeated, and then we got into the final, and we played a team that we beat, and she started giving me signals, and I didn't understand the signals.
That's amazing.
And so I would be, and then
what did you not understand about this, and this?
Goes to show how far pickleball.
No, she's different. She was just like, it was like this.
A fake.
She did one
fake.
like this.
Yeah, that's fake.
Well, see, and and that's the bad part. She's playing with a lower level guy.
Right.
We're not used to all that stuff. So she hit me with this, and I switched, and we're both standing on the left side, and I was just like, you gave me this, and she's like, no, to the point to where she was announcing it, Brad, we are gonna stay.
Hey, whatever word.
We lost, but
Oh, dang.
I think it was Catherine Gillis and Steve Emmons.
it was, yeah. So, but anyways, that experience for me. I remember, especially the state games. I was sitting in like a corner. We had won, and the guy came over to Alex, and wow, you're phenomenal, you're amazing. And he goes, I've never seen the female carry the male in mixed. And I'm over here like shriveling.
Yeah, Alex is a beast.
But I was just like, at the same time, I was just like, hey, there's no denying it. They nobody could handle Alex, and they targeted me. I did what I had to do. They tried to speed up, just block it, dink, stay somewhat consistent, and give Alex as many opportunities as I could give her. But so that's why when I asked you guys, because I see
Did you split the
guys
money 50-50 there? Because I think that's a perfect example of a time Alex gets 70.
I mean, maybe 90, but there was no money. But Alex, if you want my gold medal from that, you're more than welcome. You can come on the podcast, and I will hand it over to you. But so I do feel that the female is more valuable.
I would argue Christie's almost more valuable than we are. From the point,
Don't talk crazy girl.
well, like
I know my
from
place.
the point, but like there's like I feel like a million. Like okay, there's the top women, like the few top guys, but then it's like men, women, and I think you're like the top women who like 100 guys are like, this is gonna be my partner.
I agree
makes
with
you
that.
way more valuable.
Well, especially with somebody like you two who are locked in with partners. Like you've got you playing with Bill, you're playing with Colin. There might be some other people there, but maybe I got some guys that slide in my DMs sometimes. I mean, I do have my favorite. Sorry, baby. I do have my favorite that I like to play with the most. But like I think what you two bring to the table. I mean, you guys are the top females in the area. Like that's I think you guys are in the position where you could potentially propose a 70-30 split with some money. I don't feel like I'm in that position.
I can see the argument being like, if we're gonna go for a guy like we don't normally play with, and it's like he doesn't have like he's newer, hasn't played mixed a lot, and we're like, okay, we'll play a tournament with you, but like 70-30. But can you actually that gives them good motivation too, like. Or does that demotivate them because like we're only get 30% if we?
I'm curious. So would you ever do that? I don't think I would.
I mean, I probably wouldn't, but
I don't think I would. That's my thing.
And that's where I come in. I'm your
Yeah,
agent.
Brad's
For
our
local
agent.
attorneys, I'm your agent. I'm cutthroat.
like
But out of that 70, I want 20%.
Yeah,
I
knew you were
bet
gonna say that.
the pros. Like, do you think the pros all go 50-50? Because I actually feel like more than we realize they don't.
Oh, I never thought about
I know
that.
Ben and Colin don't.
they don't.
No,
Oh, wow. I didn't know
they
that.
haven't.
Family.
At least I'm 99% sure. Hopefully, it is.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I saw. I think it makes perfect sense though.
Gotcha. I guess I thought that it makes sense logically with what Ben's
Economics,
doing,
yeah.
but like family, I couldn't.
Well, see, that's family. Like,
How about-
I don't think I could say to another guy, like, oh.
Right, and
Sweetie,
like
you're
at the end of the day, I
getting
want to
30%.
play with like friends. But like, people have said, "Oh, will you play with me? I'll pay your tournament registration, all this." And I like
Man, can you
that.
send them my number?
That makes see that I don't like. I'm like, no, that makes me uncomfortable. I want to play for have fun. I don't want to play just to feel. But I feel like that's similar. Someone's like, oh, I'll pay your registration, like, if you play with me.
So the next guy that shoots their shot with Monica or Sarah, when you propose to them, you need to say, you'll be able to take 80 and I'll take 20 or something.
Well, I also want, like, my travel covered if we're going to do
I mean, that's it.
If they're shooting their shot, you can shoot your shot. What else do you want to throw in?
You want first class?
Yeah.
Breakfast.
I love it. But interesting conversation. Definitely something to keep in mind in your mixed partnership conversations.
Hear that, Bill?
Take it. No. Take it. 30%, Bill. Bill will be the opposite. You get 20 of it, okay?
I know. I would honestly be like that with them, too. That's funny. I'll be like, use that extra money to go get a massage for your back for carrying me all day.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right, ladies.
Well,
have
thank
fun
you,
with the
Brad.
rest of your
Thanks,
pod.
Brad.
Good to see you, Brad.
Wow.
Appreciate you. All right, guys, we are back for our last part of our ladies' night mixed conversation. And this is like our big finisher. We're so excited for this. This has been like building up for a while. So we are going to play a fun little game. We have the three of us together played Would You Rather. We're putting that to the side. We're keeping those conversations private as we have. But this one we're going to have together. It's a little bit different. So he's a 10, but which in our pickleball world means he's a 5-5, but something else. And then we relabel what he is. So I'll give you the first one. So he's a 5-5 or he's a 10, but he won't match clothes with you on tournament day.
I was thinking of that one. I was also thinking of that one. Yeah.
So I actually, and I said this one to Brad earlier. I was like, I think I know what they'll say. But so he's a 5-5, but he won't match clothes with you. What is he for you?
He's still my partner if he's good enough.
There you go.
Yeah, he's still a 7 or an 8. Depends how good he
Okay.
is. Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
I'm good with a 10 there.
Right? So you did what I thought you were going to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, they don't care about matching clothes. I'm surprised you knocked him down to a 7 or 8.
I'm just like, okay, I'm wearing all black if you decide to match. And
I
if
feel
they do,
like
I'm just
women's is slightly different mix. I'm
Yeah.
I could care less.
I had a partner from this area, and I won't name him, but
I
I was
know.
like, okay, I'm going to wear this. And I think he's like, I'm going to wear the exact opposite colors just to spite you. And I was like,
What?
Was this not good partner energy?
Wow.
It wasn't, but then he carried my ass, so I was like, okay, wear whatever you want. You can wear a tutu. I don't really care.
Who was this?
We know who it was. I'm just not going to name him.
I don't know.
We'll talk after.
That's for the
do that
hotel
after the pod.
conversations,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll book a hotel for this weekend. Brad, I'm out this weekend. We got to catch up on some stuff. All right. He's a 10, but he shows up when your bracket starts on tournament day. Your start time is 9. He shows up at 9. What is he?
How good is he? It all
He's a
depends
10.
on
He's a 5-5.
Oh,
Like
he's-
everyone is flat, like
Yeah.
really good.
Really good.
But then
Yeah. Sarah's like, I only play with 6-0s.
I wish.
so he's not a 6 though. So.
If he's getting me gold that day, he's still a 10. If not, he drops down to like an 8.
Okay. So it depends on the outcome.
I
Yeah.
think it would stress me out, so like probably a 6 or 7.
Yeah.
It stresses me out so
Like
bad. It's
not
the worst.
showing up until like we're about to start, and I'm like, are we gonna have to forfeit?
Right. Okay. So show up on time, fellas. Early.
No, show up early
Show
because we
up
got to
early.
warm up.
Or the time you agreed on.
Yeah.
Show up on the time you agreed on. All right. He's a 10, but he takes up 80% of the court the whole time.
If he's good enough, that's fine. You can play singles for all I care. I'll just serve in return.
Okay.
I
like it.
Yeah, I'm not playing with anyone. Yeah, he's 10 still.
Like the whole time, like I'm like, okay, then what if they just like hit it down your line? Like you got to get that.
But
point.
then Bill has
like I just don't like the whole time
has the
qualifying. But Bill also like will let me dink.
That's true. You can take on 20% of the court.
Yeah, I could. I just don't like the end of that statement, so I'll go like 8.
Okay. I think that's fair. I'm with
that's
you.
fair.
Yeah. All right. He's a 10, but he's a chirper.
I don't mind the chirping.
I mind the chirping.
What does it say?
4.
4?
I mean, unless if they're being like rude, but if they're like, heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like,
Oh, wait,
in the
yeah. What do we
moment.
define as chirping?
Okay, that's fair. So I guess there's different levels. We'll start with like the like let's go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
fist
all
pumps
about
in
that.
your face. Like, is that what you're describing, or is it something a little different?
Well, like that, or like I guess like is chirping a negative connotation?
I take it as chirping is negative.
Yeah.
And like getting fired up and amped up is like a good thing.
I think chirping is like you hit a good shot and then you get hype about it. Like you're like heck, like, and I'm fine with that.
Okay, I'm fine with that too.
I'm fine with that. I'm not fine with like rude
Like
or
if you're like
disparaging
you
comments.
suck to the other person,
Yeah.
like
Which people do, by the way. You'd be surprised.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't mind it. As long as, like, if my partner gets out of control with it, like, and then they don't play better, it ends. But if they're, like, hyping off that and, like, not being, like, really rude, then I'm fine with it.
So he's a 10, but he's rude.
Oh,
It's just like a 2. Like, I don't want to play with
we're not
you.
going.
Yeah.
Don't show up. Yeah, I got you. He's a 10, but he coaches you on every point.
2. In tournament.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I actually like being coached.
Yeah.
Every point, though?
Mm-hmm.
Probably like a...
Could you imagine you miss a dink and he's like, oh, your wrist was a little, like,
Oh, God.
tight on that shot.
We do know people like
But
that.
you're hitting the medal stand. You're getting gold, and you're getting
Like,
your $800.
Yeah, I'm not having fun. I guess coaching
depends who I get the coaching
like
from,
strategy coaching or
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
like
took that
strategy
as like
coaching. Yes.
they were like bend your knees.
Yeah.
Okay, I like strategy coaching. Like, hey, place the balls
Yeah.
here and, blah, 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 or go to this spot a bit more and I'll cover you here.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I guess it depends. If it's, like, really critical coaching, like 3.
Yeah, I don't
I
want
got
to
you.
strategize.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
If it's strategic coaching, like, definitely higher.
I like it. Okay. He's a 10, but he doesn't match your energy, and he's very quiet.
Shout out Jaden Broderick. Still a 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
everybody has their own little thing
Yeah,
that they
that's
do.
interesting.
Mm-hmm. You're not going to get a let's go. You're not going to come on.
Shout out Monica Pulicelli. Yeah, same thing. 9, 10. I'm good with it.
You're good with
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm good with it.
I'll go like 7.
Okay. I think I'm with you. I need a little bit of the hype.
I want to
the
have
energy.
fun. Like I'll play better that way. That's
Yeah.
why 7 for me.
I like it. Okay, and here's my last one. He's a 10, but he tells you he wants 70% of the 70-30 split with the money.
If he's carrying me, yeah, he's getting it. That's fine. I'm happy to get the win.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would give up 20% of your winnings for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine if like a pro is like that.
See, you and I are in like different spots. Like you're like playing PPM, I'm like Frank's. I'm like,
Right.
Okay, that's also fair. Okay. I guess yeah, locally I probably wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like for an open, I don't think I. Yeah.
I mean, if it's freaking like J-Dub asking me, I'm like, sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, it depends on
Like,
who.
but a 5-5, like I would argue, isn't like so far out of our.
No, yeah.
reach.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think.
But
at
if
that
they
point
were like
we're,
a 7-0,
proportional.
like okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Ben Johns comes and says, I'll, let's play, but I'm taking the whole check. Okay.
Yeah, you take the whole check.
J-Dub can take the whole check.
Yeah. Take the whole check. Just give me my duper points. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you. Cool. All right. Did you all have any that you wanted to add? That was my big ending one.
Shoot, I have to think. I think you took some of mine. Oh. No, yeah.
No?
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, that's fine.
I think I'm good.
As we wind down, anything else that you want the boys out there to know?
Stop coming over to my side of the court and missing a dink in the net that I could have also missed a dink in the net myself.
That's fair.
That really annoys me. Or when they're like being hypocritical and they're like, don't hit this. And the next shot they do it. I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That
That
drives
hurts
me
a little
nuts.
bit.
Yeah.
That's not a guy thing to me. I think that's like a everybody thing.
That's an everybody thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I completely agree. So
Yeah,
I
I like when people can like laugh at themselves, like, oh, you missed an overhead. Like, obviously that's not normal, and none of us want you to miss an overhead. But like, if you just laugh it off, and rather than like, oh, I have to worry about you start missing,
Right. Which goes back to the energy piece.
Yeah.
Like, let's put some positivity
Yeah.
out here. We're spending
Let's
all
have
this
fun.
money. Let's have fun.
But
have
like,
a good
let's
time.
lock in and
Yeah.
be competitive.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I like it.
I have a piece of advice for the guys out there, though.
Okay,
so I feel like in this area, I've had a lot of guys come up to me and be like, it's very, very, very difficult to find a mixed partner because there's just not enough girls or enough girls that play in the open division.
Yeah.
I think it'd be super, super beneficial if they, like, kind of found a girl who they got along with, like, on court and kind of almost, like, help develop her game. Even if she's, like, a bit lower of a skill level, like, I definitely had that for me, and it helped out a lot to, like, have a mentor or, like, someone to, like, kind of coach you up. And I think that can go, like, a long ways for, like, a good, like, partnership. Because then you, like, understand, like, each other's, like, cues on court and everything like that. You understand how, like, one another plays. And then you don't have the problem that you can't find a mixed partner because you, like, developed
But then,
yourself.
like, as the girl, do you owe it to the guy to only play with him?
If he's still good enough, yeah, I'll
But what if he's not? Like, I feel like that's tough for the girl.
For the guy or for the girl?
Or like around here, it's not like anyone. It's not like pro where you're making contracts. It's like, like I feel like that's slightly more awkward to be like, I'm gonna lock in with you for the year.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like,
isn't that
okay, I'm
better?
gonna lock in with you for like the next 5, and then like or like 3 tournaments over 2 months, and then you guys work really hard for those tournaments. Like, I'm totally here for that. But like, if someone came up to me and was like, I want to play with you for the year, like, you get so much better so quickly. And I think for girls, like, you can't lock yourself into that and then feel bad saying no, or like being, or what if Bill asks you, like, obviously you should play with Bill. Or like,
No, I
and
agree.
then I
But
feel
then-
like the guys might be like, well, I trained you, like,
That's, like, territorial.
yeah, but I think it's fine to, hey, like, these are the tournaments I want to play. Ask someone like a few months in advance for, oh, here's like these 5 tournaments, you want to play any? And then if you lock in on those, and then like actually have a good attitude with them, and like,
but it kind of goes back to what you
them.
said earlier with, like, you know, you want a partner that you're going to be like, hey, let's go play some rec games. Let's go drill. You know what I mean? Like, just putting in a bit more time and effort instead of just being like, 2 weeks before the tournament, I can't find a partner.
Like, I'll shout out some guys. Like, I played with Alex Spancake a lot at the beginning, and then we drilled a lot. We played a lot together. And then, like, then Mike Strain asked me to play, and Alex was like, go play. Like, you, like, we were going from 4 over, and then Mike was 4-5. He's, like, so encouraging. Yeah. But he spent a lot of time, like, working, like, having fun with and then same thing with Mike. Like, Mike and I played a lot. We traveled, like, we were same area, we drove, but then he like, I feel like other guys would be like, oh no, like, we're not friends anymore because you're now
But
playing
then you
with
know who
someone
your
else.
true friends are.
Yeah, but like, at what point is it business, and then what point? So like,
Well, maybe the thing that helps that is a goal conversation. Like when a partnership comes together.
I don't
and
think
like,
that's
hey,
like happens at our level, like, at all.
No.
Like, I don't even have a conversation.
Like of like, hey, let's try to do this for a few tournaments and let's see if it goes somewhere, if we get the results that we want, if we like the flow, the energy, the vibe, and then we can decide if we want to keep going or not.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think open communication is the best, but I think like a lot of people at this level don't have those types of conversations, and then someone gets hurt.
No,
Or
I
gets
completely agree with
offended.
you.
Yeah.
But, like, you see what I mean, though? Like, just, like, at least, like, put some time into being, like, instead of just, like, you and your partner show up, like, day of or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
that
do work on
100%.
someone for, like, a month. You know, be like, let's practice consistently, like, once a week, twice a week for, like, a month. And then, like, I'm going to feel good about going into a tournament with you instead of, you know, there's so many guys that are just like, I can't find a partner. I can't find a partner. And it does suck. But I just think if you at least, like, like you said, you like the partners that are like, hey, let's go practice and stuff like that. It shows that you're, like, committed to, like, doing well in this tournament together. And I think that more guys need to do that instead of,
Right.
you know, just hopping around and asking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and as a female, I've looked around the pickleball scene and kind of looked at what guys are up and coming. And I think it would also be of interest for the guys to do the same. And maybe they already are, like a lot of guys out there who are looking for mixed partners. You know, notice those women who might not be at the level right now, but that
100%.
have the potential and are willing to grind and put in the work.
And you think your
to
games are
get there
compatible, or
potentially.
like you like,
and you like the
see-
energy.
yeah.
You think it's a good vibe and good flow for what you're looking for. Yeah. So
And I think ladies
piece
shouldn't
of
be afraid to ask guys too. Like, don't wait around. Like, if you like someone's game,
yeah.
like
Shoot your shot.
anyone is like, I really don't think a lot of people in our area are like really locked in with partners. And like,
Except for,
there's-
like, the girl that's, like, locked in.
I am not locked in at all. I played with like 5 different people this year.
I love it. Shoot your shot.
Like, no, I'm not at all. Like, I've never,
I like
I mean, I there's like 5 people I really like playing with, and if one of them
That's fair,
asked me,
yeah.
I'd probably ask them or like say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. But I think it's all like you said, open communication and looking for what is going to bring out the best in you. Like you said it early on, like one of the things you want to do is make your partner shine. So where can you both find that mutually? Like make each other shine. It plays to both of your strengths. Like that's the kind of partnership you would want to look for. So
Yeah.
Look who's out there, shoot your shot. It's okay. Ask the question and, have a goal that you're working towards, I think is kind of the moral of it. So
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for joining us for Ladies Night. Thank you so much to our producer, Brian, our big president here of the Pickle Pulse, for allowing us to take the mic for a little bit. We are so grateful for this opportunity. So thank you both for joining us, and we hope you liked what we had to say.
And thanks, Brad.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
And thank you, Christy.
Yes,
Of course.
thank you.
This is fun. We'll have our after pod party. We'll connect and we'll talk about everything we didn't say on here. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great day.